Thousands took to London streets today as part of Together Alliance's inaugural march against the far right, protesting against the rise of fascism and racism both in the UK and globally. Made up of over 500 trade unions, charities and NGOs, the organisation was set up to fight back against large-scale events such as Tony Robinson's Unite the Kingdom protests, one of which recently saw a reported 150,000 people attend. While people chose different ways to show their support, for example bringing along their four-legged friends or dressing in eye-catching outfits, people I spoke to were keen to point out that it didn't matter how you stood up against the far right, so long as you did.
Yeah, I think it's really important to stand up and be counted and show there's actually more of us than them. And most people in the world, most people in this country are good, caring, loving people. And, we can't be conned by these guys that want to say that the world is full of hate, and it's not. And this is a representation of that.
While many came together under the broad message of standing united against the far right, support for individual causes was also plain to see. Many flew flags in solidarity with Palestine and with Britain's migrant and refugee population, represented by organisations such as Stand Up to Racism. Samira Ali from Stand Up to Racism spoke to us.
The people who want to spread hatred and racism in this country on the rise, and we have to say that we're here to say that we're growing too, and we're not going to let that happen.
Elsewhere, many of the organisations that make up the Together Alliance called for people to look at the role of billionaires in the continuing cost of living crisis, with Care for Calais' Charlotte Khan urging people to find common ground with asylum seekers.
I just think, mate, you have so much more in common with a guy on a small boat than you do on anyone on a private jet, or who's in a limousine telling you that they have your best interests at heart. They do not care about you. They are not your friends. Please stop blaming refugees who are a tiny percentage of the population.
Much of today's opposition was aimed at right-wing political organisations, understandable ahead of the May elections, a vote in which it is expected Labour will crumble. Together Alliance's founder, former National Education Union General Secretary Kevin Courtney, was keen to outline that the Alliance is not a party political group.
What we are doing is urging people to register to vote, to ask their friends to register to vote, to use their vote as they see fit, but to use it for love, hope and unity and against hatred and division. And that's what we're saying about the elections.
Yeah. The confirmed attendance for today's march is up for debate, with Together Alliance boasting an impressive 500,000 protesters, while the Metropolitan Police placed their estimate at closer to 50,000, with the real figure most likely standing somewhere in the middle. Irrespective of crowd size, it is clear that those in attendance believe that the British public have a stark choice to make come May. It is either a vote for hate or a vote for hope.